Tonight, the Parker Lake Wildfire is now being classified as under control. Plus, the city has released their draft annual report for 2023. And a renowned MMA fighter was in town over the weekend hosting a seminar. Good evening, folks. I'm Eddie Huband, and welcome to CKPG News. Our top story tonight is good news on the wildfire front in the Peace region. The BC Wildfire Service has confirmed that the Parker Lake Wildfire is now classified as under control, allowing the Wildfire Service to lift the evacuation alert Fort Nelson residents had previously been under. The over 12,000 hectare blaze forced the evacuation of the town of Fort Nelson last month, forcing thousands to leave their homes. Hundreds of those residents found refuge in Prince George. The BC Wildfire Service attributes their success to a couple of important factors.
First off, our operation, we've been working very hard on the ground on that fire, mopping up hotspots and patrolling. Work has been going very well. And then on June the 4th, we actually had quite heavy localized rain here in the Fort Nelson area. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to almost 40 millimeters of rain fell on portions of the fire, and that really helped to reduce fire behavior. I'd like to thank the community of Fort Nelson. People have been so welcoming to us and expressing gratitude for the work we're doing here. We appreciate that. We're just very pleased to be able to give the community good news over this last week. It's great.
Prince George RCMP say alcohol was believed to be a factor in a two-vehicle crash just outside the city on Saturday night. Corporal Craig Douglas says police were called to the 19,000 block of Chief Lake Road just before 10:30 p.m. He says two vehicles had collided at that location. One driver was suspected to have been impaired by alcohol at the time of the crash, with the second driver taken to hospital with serious injuries. The road was closed for a few hours as an analyst investigated, and the vehicles were cleaned up. The City of Prince George has released the draft 2023 annual report, giving an overview of what the city accomplished in the past year, as well as what's planned for the year ahead. Adam Burles has more now and takes a closer look at what the report is structured around.
The 2023 annual report is in its final stages, with a draft report being released to highlight notable accomplishments in 2023, as well as what the city is working towards in 2024. The report is structured around four pillars, the first being city government and infrastructure, the second, economic growth and development, third, social health and well-being, and the fourth, environmental leadership and climate action.
The significant work we did on capital projects, I think well over $40 million accomplished in 2023. And I think, our strategy moving forward with our relationship with different ministries, in particular with the government and the signing of the MOU, I think was really important.
As for the 2024 calendar year, Councillor Palillo expects that, like 2023, the city will focus on capital projects and infrastructure.
I think we'll be continuing that work, especially on capital projects and infrastructure. And moving forward with our strategy, with what is going to be happening with our the transitional shelter that is going to be built and hopefully online by this fall. And then from there, our plan to mitigate the encampment downtown and move forward with that.
Feedback is welcome for the draft report before it is discussed at Council.
We really welcome your input because we're going to have a discussion on that at our next council meeting at the end of June. So really encourage people to get involved, share their input.
City Council will review the report and feedback at its regular meeting on June 24th at 6 p.m. and submissions may be sent by email to the email address cityclerk@princegeorge.ca. Adam Burles, CKPG News.
A new foundation for connecting health researchers is in place thanks to an innovative project powered by the expertise of students, faculty, and staff at UNBC. The creation of the HRI Connect portal is part of the UNBC Health Research Institute. The cloud-based data bank enables researchers to easily find others with similar interests at UNBC in the North and beyond.
It is deployed in the cloud, which means that this portal can be accessible from anywhere in the world. People can create their own profiles They can collaborate with research partners. So the whole idea is that people can work together, network, build teams.
I could absolutely see the potential in that, because just for us, this is just leaps and bounds above having a listserv or an Excel file with our members. This is an interactive tool to showcase our members, to help them showcase their own talents and search for people who do similar work. And it's just, I can absolutely see how this would be useful for other institutes and other centers to do as well.
The University of Victoria says one of its researchers is leading a team of international experts developing a vaccine for syphilis, calling it an ancient disease that's becoming increasingly prevalent once again. A statement from the university says the project involves engineering a hybrid protein with the goal of preventing infectious and congenital syphilis. University of Victoria microbiologist Caroline Cameron is leading the research that's being funded by the National Institutes of Health in the United States. The school says syphilis is treatable through penicillin, but stigma often prevents people from seeking treatment, and cases are rising. So a vaccine is widely viewed as the best way to combat the disease. One of the world's best fighters was in Prince George over the weekend, hosting a seminar at Kai 10 Mixed Martial Arts Academy. Tommy Osborne attended the seminar, where he got to speak with and learn from five-time Jiu-Jitsu world champion Bibiano Fernandez.
Five-time World Jiu-Jitsu champion, three-time Pan American champion, and record holder for the most title fight wins in the One Championship Bantamweight division. That's just a small sample of Brazilian-Canadian Bibiano Fernandez's impressive resume. He's one of the world's top fighters, and he ran a seminar at Kai 10 Mixed Martial Arts Academy right here in Prince George.
So Jiu-Jitsu changed my life, and I believe it changed my life. I believe it can change a lot of life, a lot of people out there. Jiu-Jitsu is something can help you grow inside you.
Jiu-Jitsu is more than a sport to Fernandez. It's a way of life. He explained he started when he was 7 years old, shortly after his mother passed away, as he was looking for something to help him grow and center his life.
I feel that pressure heavy, confusion, doubt always disappear from my mind, and I said, you know what, for day one, I will keep it to Jiu-Jitsu, because I know Jiu-Jitsu is very important for the mental health, for the physical health, and that makes me more calm.
Beyond this seminar, Bibiano also teaches students in his academy, and on top of teaching technique, he hopes to instill the Jiu-Jitsu way of life into his students.
For the kids, I'll go teach more discipline, respect, behave. I think that's going to be my goal for the kids here.
The Jiu-Jitsu community is also incredibly important to Fernandez, who says it's about making yourself better and lifting up those around you. He says Jiu-Jitsu gives you the tools you need to carve a bright future for yourself, and also gives you the strength to support others.
Discipline is good to have, you know what I mean? Believe yourself, believe your coach, believe in the future, right? We have to always want to do better in life too.
People of all ages packed the gym, and Fernandez's lessons and mastery of Jiu-Jitsu was certainly a sight to see.
Having Bibiano here is a new experience. It adds a whole new, I guess you could say, a whole new layer to everybody's game.
He's teaching us techniques and little details that we wouldn't have otherwise found on ourselves.
The chance to learn from one of the world's best fighters is certainly a special moment for everybody who showed up. And as you're about to see with me right here, you can even learn from experience from the man himself. Tommy Osborne, CKPG News.
Hey. Gotta love that, Tommy Osborne, always having fun out there. In other news, to achieve their goal of supporting 50,000 young people with unique opportunities they wouldn't find elsewhere, Scouts Canada is asking volunteers and businesses in BC to step up and into scouting. They say that in some areas of the country, there are more youth interested in joining than there are volunteers, and could welcome more young people and reduce wait lists with an increase in volunteers to support. Those areas include in Prince George. Scouts Canada says there are multiple ways businesses could help out.
A business could maybe support them a little bit with ideas for projects. So if businesses need help, Scouts is a lot about community service, which means that if businesses need help, they could collaborate with Scout groups who would be more than happy to do it. They could also help Scouts financially, though that's not necessary at all.
If you love 80s music, CN Center will be the place to be on November 12th. That's the night that the 80s Club Tour comes to Prince George, featuring performances from Honeymoon Suite, A Flock of Seagulls, Men Without Hats, and Spoons. Organizers say CN Center will be a sideways setup with reverse seats in the bleachers and general admission tickets on the floor. There's also going to be cabaret tables available on both sides of the floor as well. Tickets go on sale on Thursday at ticketsnorth.ca. As of this morning, the lowest gas price in Prince George was sitting at $1.59 per liter at Costco. The lowest price in the province right now is in Grand Forks at $1.51 per liter. Manitoba currently has the lowest fuel prices on average in the country at $1.36 per liter, while BC has an average price of $1.75 per liter.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. Join the Domino's Lunch Club with 25% off all regular price pizzas every day. Visit domino's.ca to join the club.
Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final goes tonight in Sunrise, Florida. The Edmonton Oilers will look to tie up the series after dropping Game 1. And it's going to be a tall task. Florida has been playing some great hockey this postseason, particularly goaltender Sergei Bobrovsky, who has been outstanding. Take a look at his numbers on the screen. He's also coming off a shutout in Game 1. For the Oilers, they'll need to get their superstar Connor McDavid going in this one if they want to tie things up. He's been a point machine thus far in the playoffs. And special teams, that should also be a key for Edmonton. We'll see if they can generate a little offense on the power play tonight. The TSX is up 63 points to close at 22,070. The Dow Jones went up 69 points to close at 38,886. And Canfor went up 28 cents to close at $15.11.
Good evening again. We're looking at a wetter pattern coming our way as we move into our Tuesday and some of Wednesday as well across the region. But our look back today, and again, we did see some nice spots throughout the day, but an increase in cloud is really what we're in for now. So this is the system out here, this frontal system that is going to make its way, and you'll see on the Futurecast that it is a pretty well-defined front that's coming through. So lots of rain showers along the coastal sections, and as it makes its way inland, we will pick up some of that as well. So a good chance that we'll see thunderstorms and showers throughout the day tomorrow. Gusty southwest winds up to about 50 kilometers an hour or so. And that instability switching over to just a slight chance of showers through the evening, but certainly going to be quite cool as well. So we are going to go into tomorrow with highs of around 14 or 15. And then through the afternoon, as that system reaches us, we'll start to see the temperature fall down to about 10 or 11. So it'll be a much different weather pattern than what we see here. Okay, we're saying 17, but yes, it will get much cooler as we get into the afternoon hours. Lots of rain showers up in Fort St. John and a cooler temperature pattern there. 22 in Kamloops, slight chance for them, not as much as what we're going to see. And up towards the north coast, some heavier rainfall at times. Burns Lake will be quite cool and wet tomorrow, as will Vanderhoof, Fort St. James and Mackenzie. And then a chance here and there throughout the day down through Quesnel. But again, just really going to see the cooling temperature pattern as we move into the afternoon. Snapshot of the country. The western half looks well, it's kind of a mixed bag. We've got some nice temperatures in through Edmonton, but seeing a few showers in the mix there. We are going to see a much better weather pattern for Regina tomorrow. It was quite cool and wet the last couple of days. Tomorrow, some sunshine and 24 degrees in Winnipeg with clouds and showers. Further east, a nice rebound. Beautiful sunshine returning to the eastern half of the country. So chance of showers into our early week, and that's kind of where we are right now. So today wasn't so bad, but really into our Tuesday and some of Wednesday as well. And you'll notice a difference in our temperatures. Burns Lake, clouds tonight at 7, 12 degrees tomorrow. So a much cooler pattern with some rain showers and then actually drying out for a couple of days. We'll watch this next system, although a little far out right now to predict the exact timing on that. But Mackenzie, wet for the next couple of days. It is going to turn cloudy tonight, and then the few showers beginning tomorrow and into Wednesday as well, with only highs of 11 degrees. So a much cooler pattern. McBride will see a few showers late tonight. That will go into your day tomorrow, and then heavier showers at times on Wednesday and a much cooler temperature pattern before going back up on Thursday. So kind of a back and forth weather trend for the next few days. 9 tonight in Quesnel. Not quite as much precipitation, but certainly going to see some showers on and off. Thursday looks okay, though. That's when we'll be in between systems in a very similar pattern for us here as well. So down to about 8 tonight, 17. We could get to 17 tomorrow, but again, as I mentioned, through the afternoon, we'll see that temperature cool down a little bit. Wednesday looks like the coolest of the next few, 13 degrees, and then a little bit more showers for our Wednesday. Thursday, though, again, we're in between systems. We'll watch that next system that's coming our way. Could bring us a few more showers for later on into the week and the weekend, and a little bit of a cooler pattern than we have seen the last while.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. Join the Domino's Lunch Club with 25% off all regular price pizzas every day. Visit domino's.ca to join the club.
The Boston Celtics hosted the Dallas Mavericks last night in Game 2 of the NBA Finals, looking to take a 2-0 series lead. And the Celtics got it done once again, despite a poor shooting night from, well, pretty much everybody on the team. Drew Holiday, though, led the way for Boston with 26 points and 11 big rebounds for the guard. For the Mavs, meanwhile, Luka Doncic was brilliant once again with a 32-point triple-double, but he didn't get much help from his supporting cast. Guard Kyrie Irving continues to struggle in this series, and free throws have been an Achilles heel for Dallas all postseason. That trend continued last night. Good news for the Mavs, though, is they now head home for games 3 and 4 back in Dallas, as they'll look to claw their way back into the series. And with the finals in full swing, Tommy Osborne decided to take a trip down memory lane from finals of old. Old legends shine, and we get one of the most iconic plays of all time in tonight's CKP3.
Starting off with Dirk dominance.
Nowitzki backdoor, tie game! Four pass. Terry nearly traveled. Nowitzki 5 on the clock. Nowitzki head fake, falling away. It's good! Dirk Nowitzki knocks it down again.
The Mavericks' only championship win came off the back of basketball legend Dirk Nowitzki, who willed his team to a championship in 2011 against the odds, as he took down the vaunted Big Three of LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade in just 6 games. Next up, anything is possible.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible!
It took Kevin Garnett 13 years of being one of basketball's premier players, but he finally earned himself a ring in 2008 when the Celtics won its first championship since 1986. And as he just said, anything is possible. Finally, the block.
Picked off by Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala to the rim. Oh, great block! James out of nowhere, skies to the rim. He bats it away, and J.R. Smith recovers.
Perhaps the single most iconic play in NBA championship history, LeBron James comes out of nowhere to preserve the tie in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals. This block would spur the Cavaliers on to finish the 3-1 comeback against the 73-9 Golden State Warriors, and LeBron's block remains enshrined in all sports fans' memories in tonight's CKP3.
Hello from the CKPG Today side. Got my Oilers jersey on here. I'm ready for the game tonight. You might know, okay, if you're watching CKPG right now, everything's a little off, right? While our show's going to be a little pushed back, we're going to air after the Oilers game. So if you're not, we didn't forget, no, we will have a show going to be after the Oilers game tonight, all because the big boss, they're like, yeah, Katie, you got to cheer for the Oilers, right? You can't be on TV. No, I mean scheduling, right? We want to air the show, the Oilers too. But anyways, got a great show coming up on this side, including a little bit on Joel's Cookies. You might have seen their purple trailer heading up to College Heights. We're going to share their story today and show you some cookies. Who doesn't love cookies? Or on the other side, you got a favorite kind of cookie?
Good question. Yes, as Caden mentioned, at 5, as we mentioned earlier today, that game will be airing on CKPG, and as Caden mentioned, his show will be later on in the night. To answer your question, though, Caden, this one's going to be a little bit of a weird one, so bear with me. My late grandmother used to make cheese cookies. They're savory cookies. I guess they were really more like biscuits, but I don't know how she made them, but oh my goodness, they were so good. I know the classic answer for that would be maybe a chocolate chip or a good old peanut butter cookie, but those cheese cookies, shout out to my late grandmother, because man, they were amazing. To finish up our Although the North Cariboo BC SPCA has received a stray kitten found by the RCMP. This 10-week-old cat with quite the unusual name is looking for a new home.
Say hello to 1002. This 10-week-old stray kitten was found by the Prince George RCMP at, you guessed it, 10:02 p.m.
As you can see, it's a very affectionate kitten, so constantly purring, seeking attention, very friendly, loves to cuddle, just overall your typical playful, sweet kitten.
1002 will be neutered on Monday and is up for adoption for any prospective cat parents. All SPCA animals get a vet checkup to ensure they start their new lives happy and healthy.
All animals that we adopt out from our care are spayed or neutered. They come with at least their first set of vaccines on board, as well as a microchip as permanent identification.
As for welcoming a playful kitten into your new home, Jamie recommends having a lot of patience.
Though they're small and sweet, they're very playful, they are rambunctious, they need the attention and like to play with lots of toys and get into mischief.
If you think 1002 is perfect for you, you can send in the adoption papers to the BC SPCA and wait for their 10-4. Sam Benison, CKPG News.
All right, folks, that's all for now. Thanks so much for joining us. And remember, a quick note, we have the game airing right after this between the Oilers and the Panthers. And then at 8, we will have CKPG Today, followed by our nighttime CKPG news broadcast with Adam Burles. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Enjoy the game, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great night.